Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what secrets it holds? We're told we live in an age of unprecedented transparency, where organizations like NASA share their discoveries with the world. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there are things happening right above our heads that we're not being told about? Today, we're diving into a story that sounds like it is straight out of a science fiction movie. It's very real. It has the story of Comet 3I, ATLAS, and the mysterious footage that NASA is allegedly keeping under wraps. Let's rewind to early 2020. A new comet, officially named C-2019Y4, nicknamed Atlas, was discovered. Astronomers were buzzing with excitement. This wasn't just any comet. It was on a trajectory that promised a spectacular show. As it got closer to the sun, it was predicted to become so bright that it might even be visible to the naked eye during the daytime. People around the world were getting their telescopes ready, anticipating a once-in-a-generation celestial event. Comet Atlas was hailed as the next great comet, a brilliant visitor from the outer reaches of our solar system. But then, something strange happened. As Atlas continued its journey towards the sun, instead of getting brighter and brighter, it started to fade. By April 2020, astronomers using ground-based telescopes noticed that the comet's core, its nucleus, was elongating and breaking apart. The great comet that was supposed to dazzle us was disintegrating before our very eyes. The official explanation was simple. Intense heat and gravitational forces from the sun were too much for the fragile, icy core of the comet to handle. It simply crumbled under the pressure. It was a disappointing end to what could have been an amazing spectacle. Case closed, right? Well, not quite. This is where the story takes a fascinating and controversial turn. While the official narrative says the comet simply fell apart, a different story began to circulate in certain corners of the internet. This alternative theory centers on something called the Solar Orbiter, a joint mission between NASA and the European Space Agency. This state-of-the-art probe was launched in February 2020. Perfectly timed to get a front-row seat to Comet ATLAS's close pass by the sun. The Solar Orbiter is equipped with incredibly powerful cameras and instruments designed to capture the sun and its environment in unprecedented detail. Given its position and capabilities, it is virtually certain that the Solar Orbiter would have captured high-resolution footage of Comet ATLAS as it disintegrated. Imagine that. A close-up view of a comet breaking apart, captured by one of the most advanced pieces of technology humanity has ever sent into space. This footage would be invaluable to scientists, offering unparalleled insights into the composition and structure of comets. It would be a scientific goldmine. And here's the mystery. There is that footage. Despite the immense scientific and public interest, neither NASA nor the ESA has released any significant, detailed imagery of the comet's final moments from the Solar Orbiter. We have some data, some distant views from other instruments, and plenty of observations from Earth. But the close-up, high-definition video we would expect from a probe that was right there, it's conspicuously absent. This lack of transparency is what has fueled a storm of speculation. Why would they hide it? The official line, when pressed, is usually about data processing times, instrument calibration, or prioritizing other mission objectives. They might say the relevant cameras weren't pointed in the right direction at the exact right time, or that the data is still being analyzed and will be released in due course. These are all plausible-sounding reasons, but for many, they don't add up. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar mission that was in the perfect place, at the perfect time to witness a major astronomical event. The idea that they just missed it or are still sorting through the files years later seems, to some, highly unlikely. This is where we venture into the realm of speculation. But it's important to explore the questions people are asking. One of the most popular theories is that the solar orbiter didn't just capture a comet crumbling under solar radiation. What if it captured something else? What if the comet didn't just disintegrate on its own? This theory proposes that the footage might show something interacting with the comet, something that caused it to break apart. Some have gone as far as to suggest that what we call comets might not always be what they seem. Could some of them be something else entirely, disguised as natural celestial bodies? Let's be clear, this is a huge leap. But it is a leap people are willing to take when faced with what they see as unexplained secrecy. The argument goes like this: if the footage simply showed a comet breaking up, why not release it? It would confirm the existing models and be a PR win for NASA and the ESA. The only logical reason to withhold such data, the theory suggests, is if it shows something that would fundamentally challenge our understanding of the cosmos, something that authorities believe the public is not ready to see. Think about the implications. If an object, whether it's a piece of unknown technology or a natural phenomenon we don't understand, was seen interacting with the comet, it would rewrite the textbooks. It would force us to confront the possibility that we are not alone in the universe, or at least that the universe is far stranger and more active than we previously thought. Is it possible that governments and space agencies have a policy of non-disclosure for such events to prevent panic or societal upheaval? It's a question that has been at the heart of UFO and alien theories for decades. Now, let's step back and play devil's advocate. There could be far more mundane explanations. Perhaps the data is genuinely complex and requires years of work before it can be presented accurately to the public. Maybe there were technical glitches with the instruments at the crucial moment. It's also possible that the footage simply isn't as spectacular as we imagine. Maybe it's blurry, inconclusive, or just plain boring. And releasing it would lead to more misinterpretation than it's worth. Space agencies have to manage public expectations, and releasing low-quality data could be seen as counterproductive. However, the silence persists. The longer the agencies go without releasing the definitive solar orbiter footage of Comet ATLAS's demise, the more the speculation will grow. It creates a vacuum of information that is quickly filled by theories, some more plausible than others. This situation highlights a fundamental tension between the public's right to know and a scientific organization's process. We fund these missions with our tax money, and we look to them for answers about the universe. When those answers seem to be withheld, it's natural for people to become suspicious. What do you think happened to Comet Atlas? Was it a simple case of a fragile snowball melting too close to the fire? Or did the solar orbiter capture a secret so profound that we risk not being allowed to see it? The mystery of the missing footage leaves us with more questions than answers. It's a reminder that even in our modern world of data and information, there are still shadows where secrets can hide. The truth about Comet Atlas might be locked away in a NASA data vault. Or it might be that the simplest explanation is the correct one. But until we see the evidence for ourselves, the mystery will continue to capture our imagination. The story of Three Eye Atlas is a perfect example of how a lack of transparency can breed mistrust and conspiracy. Whether it's a cover-up or just bureaucratic delay, the effect is the same. It makes people wonder what else is being kept from them. As we continue to explore the cosmos, it is crucial that space agencies prioritize open and honest communication. The universe belongs to all of us, and its secrets, whatever they may be, should be shared. For now, we'll keep looking up, keep asking questions, and keep demanding answers. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of modern astronomy. has most intriguing mysteries. What do you believe is on that footage? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring the unexplained and questioning the official story, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next investigation. Thanks for watching and stay curious.